All right, JU, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, man. Just I stay working, man.
As you're supposed to.
Well, I'd like to get into your whole story and everything. A lot of people who might not know who you are, you're the dude who was with 50 Cent the day he was shot. But we gonna get into all that a little bit later. I would like to get into your whole story and, everything you've been through in life and your struggle and, everything like that. So for the people who don't know, where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up a lot of places in Brooklyn, actually. I grew up in Crown Heights. I grew up in Bensonhurst. And I grew up in Flatbush.
And what was it like for you growing up?
I guess you could say it was regular, like any other kid growing up. I wasn't, I didn't grow up in a dysfunctional family, so it was regular.
Okay, so you come from a good home and everything. Did you ever get mixed up in the streets or anything?
Yeah, unfortunately, I got caught up in the streets, like at a young age.
Well, before you did get mixed up in the streets, what are some hobbies and things you used to do?
Before I got mixed up, I used to play baseball, I used to play basketball, play football, stuff like that.
Okay, that's what's up. Did you have any brothers and sisters?
Oh yeah, I got two brothers. One passed away, my little brother Young. And I got another brother. He's 5 years younger than me.
Okay, and what schools did you go to? When you were young, like elementary, junior high?
I went to a lot of schools. I went to a lot of schools because I moved to my mom's and them was moving.
You were just moving all around Brooklyn?
Yeah, basically. I moved from Flatbush to Crown Heights to Bensonhurst, Marlboro.
Was there a reason you guys were moving so much?
I guess, I don't know why my mother was moving like that. I don't know.
Okay, at what age did you get mixed up in the streets?
I want to say probably like 13.
That's young.
Yeah.
What was going on that made you want to be involved in the streets in that young of age?
It was a lot of stuff. I just got intrigued to a lot of stuff, I guess. And just I guess my environment,
So you feel like your environment just going outside every day, seeing everything, and seeing the street dudes and everything just made you want to fall into that life?
Well, the street dudes was the kids I was going to school with, so it wasn't the street dudes. It's like, when you go to school, you see the dudes that you see in the summertime. I was doing everything you see them at school, so, I started fucking with them.
How did your family feel when they found out you were mixed up in the streets?
Like any other or anybody else family would feel. They don't like that shit.
Did they try to keep you out of it, keep you away from it and everything?
Yeah. They did that.
Is there anything that they did, any programs or anything they did to try to get you away from it?
Nah, they'd send me away to camp in the summer. Sometimes they send me down south. Like little stuff like that.
Okay. Now, getting mixed up in the streets, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs and everything. People usually at some point start getting arrested. At what age did you first, have your first encounter with the police?
Say 14 going on 15.
Did you get arrested or you were just harassed by them or?
I got arrested. For selling drugs.
Did you go to jail for this?
Not for that one, but the second one I went to jail for. I went to Spofford. The first one, my mother came to the precinct. The second time, she ain't come to the precinct.
Okay, so she didn't want to get you out of trouble the second time?
Yeah, I guess it was to try to let me learn, see what it's really hitting for.
Okay. How long were you in jail that time?
Well, I stayed in there for a couple months. The second time, I stayed in there for a few months.
Okay, and when you get out, did you go back to school?
Yeah, I always went to school.
Okay, what was that like for you?
School was all right. I guess I was just quiet. Like I wasn't one of those kids that's, running around making all that, want attention, all that. I was always just quiet. I went to school to do my work.
Okay. So you're going to school, what I'm saying, you're there just to do your work. What else do you have going on in your life besides school?
I had the sports going on. I used to play basketball and I used to play baseball.
And was this in high school or before high school?
High school, it was over for basketball in high school. It was over for baseball in high school. I was going to school, but it wasn't like junior high school. I would miss days. I started smoking weed then, so it started changing school. I would go every now and then.
Being in and out of jail, was that like tough on you as a teen?
As a teenager,
Yeah.
To be honest, it was and it wasn't, because there was a bunch of kids there on the same, some people that came from same type of homes I came from, and some people probably came from worse homes. So I know I got cool with a lot of them. So it wasn't like I was, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was in jail, really. It was like I was at camp or some shit. Cause I told you I stayed for a couple months. I ain't do a whole year, I don't think. I was in 88. I can't remember. I ain't do a whole year. But I was away though for.
Okay. Can you tell me which schools you were attending? Like what high schools you were attending?
I only went to one high school, really. Prospect Heights. Oh, and I'm lying. I went to Prospect Heights and I went to Old Boy High. Yeah, I went to Old Boys High. I didn't go Pacific. I went there and I ain't even go back, so I ain't go to Pacific.
Playing sports and everything like that, did you graduate?
I graduated upstate, so after school, it ain't no more. I just told you I wasn't going back to school fourth like that. I graduated upstate. I went up north, in my 11th, when I was in 11th grade, I went up north. I came back home, I went back up north.
You're in jail for a while this time, and you get out. Now, when you get out, do you go right back to the streets, or do you try to go straight?
When I tried that. I went to work. I had a little job, I had a little job. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I tried to go straight.
What was your job? What?
Oh, I used to work at the Apollo. I was a stage handler.
What was that like? Did you see any big names come through there?
I seen a few people come through there. Not really too many big names. When I was working, there wasn't too many big names that came through there. I ain't catch that.
Okay. Is there any memorable times from there? That's a pretty famous place to work at.
The memorable time was just being there. My uncle used to work there, really. My uncle was he was a head dude on the stage. My Uncle Joseph Gray. Shout out to my Uncle Joseph Gray. He gonna be hype, he see that. But yeah, he got me the job there. And I was working there. I had fun though. I had fun there.
How come you quit working there?
I got fired. I came to work late, and I got fired.
Okay, so you get fired from the Apollo. Now, what do you do with yourself then?
What I do to myself then? I'm outside.
You get fired from your job for being late, and you go right back to the streets after that, or do you still try to go straight?
I still try to go straight because I try to get my job back. And, you know, I still was like type reluctant about even trying to go back in the streets. Because you gotta remember, I just had 2 kids around that time, so, you know, I'm trying to be there for them.
Did having 2 kids change?
Man, I'm lying. I had, the 2 kids, my son, Josiah and Brittany. Then Dominic came, I'm bugging. Did what? Say that again?
Did having 3 kids change you?
Yeah, it changed me because it's like when you asked me when I went to jail when I was younger, it wasn't no kid when I was younger. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had no kids. Like when I start having kids, then it's like, damn, like I left my little ones out there, you know. So, you know, you start thinking about like, damn, I can't really be fucking with this shit like that no more because I got somebody that's gonna be there. I mean, somebody that's waiting for me to come home.
What was it like when you had your kids, you know? Were you excited?
Well, I was locked up, but yeah, I was excited when they was born.
Okay, so when all of them were born,
No.
you were locked up, or just your first one?
My first two, I was locked up. The third one, I missed the I missed the call.
Okay, so you're in jail. You know, you have 2 kids. You get out. You have another kid.
Yeah.
You know, you try to go straight, man. You know, and how hard was it for you to go straight? You know what I'm saying? Were you all constantly, you know, getting pulled back in, or you know what I'm saying, just, you know, the pressures from your friends and
No.
you know?
The pressure, no pressure from my friends. The pressure from not having money for Pampers. The pressure from not, you know what I'm saying, having money to help buy my kids something. That's the pressure. So then, you know, I had to sit down and then I started wilding again. And then I got locked up again.
Okay, so eventually you do get locked up. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Now, when I got locked up this time, it was for drugs and a gun. The first time was for robbery and drugs. This time was for drugs and a gun. So I went upstate, and I came home and I just kept catching violations. I kept catching violations, so I was back and forth.
What was Rikers Island like during that time?
Rikers Island was, that shit was the worst. Rikers Island was, Rikers Island probably like how it is now, but now it's probably worse now, but Rikers Island was crazy then.
Okay, was there like a lot of, you know, gangs or, you know what I'm saying, in the jails and everything at the time? I'm not sure about what year this is, but...
Nah, it wasn't too many gangs. The only gangs, I guess, was the Lion Kings, the Yetas, and then I think 96, 95 was when the Bloods came, and the Bloods started forming. So I went upstate 92. There wasn't no gangs when I first went there because I was young. It was either you're Muslim, guard body, or you have to fend for your own. That's the only gangs, but that's it.
Okay, so now you mentioned getting a lot of violations.
Yeah, I kept getting violated on parole. Like curfew, smoking weed, like dumb shit.
You got violated just for smoking weed. I remember Back in the 90s, they used to violate you for everything. Now I don't think they do so much.
Nah, I don't know. I ain't even trying to find out now what the fuck they violating people for. But back then, yeah, they violated me for smoking weed, curfew, all type of dumb shit, not going to program, all type of dumb, not having, they had all type of dumb shit.
Did you ever have any problems in jail or anything like that? Any fights or anything like that you could talk about?
Did I have a fight? Nah, I ain't had too many fights. I know too many people. I ain't had too many, like, so it's like I'm fighting my friends. I know too many people.
You mentioned going upstate. Which prison were you at when you went upstate?
I went to, I was in Marcy. I was upstate, like, what time you talking about?
Your first time.
My first time I went to Livingston.
Okay. And the other times?
No, but I went, you're not from New York, so like when you haven't been to jail before, so when you go to jail, they move you around. You don't just stay in one jail. You know, you could be here a couple months or a year, then they're gonna move you around. So you know, you don't just go to one jail when you're locked up. You get moved around. So I got moved around a couple of jails.
All right, and so you're being moved around, to different jails, and eventually you get out again.
Yeah.
Did you ever catch any serious charges or anything like that, or beat anything serious?
In jail? In jail or in the streets?
In the streets.
Nah, I ain't never did none of that.
Okay. How'd you get the name J.U.?
My man, God bless the dead, Ja, gave me that name. He said, I ain't gonna call you June, I'm gonna call you J.U. My name is June, so instead of June, he called me J.U. And I just rolled with that.